So, as it turns out, Tabata is really old school. He loves Final Fantasy 1, adores the game, loves it. I've seen him speak about it multiple times now, and an interview has just come out, and I don't know why this surprises me that he's so retro. He's a Japanese guy, video game director in his 40s, 50s. I mean, Tabata's been rolling around for a long time. God bless him. Love Tabata. But in an interview, and I'll put a link in the description, most people probably haven't seen this. It's not on YouTube. It was on the Digital Times. It was embedded in a JW player, so it's not even really that readily available for me to link it properly. And it was even disguised under a really weird header. It was actually totally unrelated. The header was Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Don't expect silence for a long time, something like that. So it was worded something like that, and I'll just talk about that for a bit. We're gonna have a silence on FF7 Remake for a while yet. We're building up to 15. There's also been rumours going around of late on the internet that Final Fantasy 7 Remake is coming out in March 2017. Now, all I'm gonna say to that, I mean, I want to straight up say bullshit. Just bullshit. Not happening. Clickbait. It can't be. Where it is in development, what we've seen, that won't leave enough time for the hype train. I reckon the hype train for the 7 remake is probably going to be 6, 7, 8 months. I mean, that's kind of low for Square Enix. Square Enix love their hype trains. God damn, their hype trains are the longest of any developer. I've come to enjoy them. So I would eat my damn hat on this camera right now if it did come out in March 2017. Now, where these rumours come from, I don't know. All I'll say is, rumours of late have all been true. It's kind of scary. FF7 Remake was a rumour for about 48 hours. Rumour, everyone was saying bullshit. Then Siliconera posted it up and everyone was like, oh my fucking god. Siliconera shutting down? Why are they putting out FF7 Remake information? Do they want everyone to create a shitstorm? Are they closing down? Why would they create such a false rumour? And then it turned out to be true, and the delay with 15 turned out to be true. So I'm not as dismissive now of rumours as I was, but getting back onto the subject matter, this interview, totally unrelated to 7, it was an interview with Tabata, and he got asked various questions, one of which was, what have you changed since coming on board, or what's been the biggest change? Tabata gave the obvious answer of the technology. Of course, it skipped an entire console generation from Versus 13. It's been overhauled from the ground up. Which is why I say the development cycle, I mean, it's so short-sighted to say this has been in development for 10 years. You can say its development cycle has been 10 years, but to say it's been in development for 10 years, I don't know. It took too big a technological jump. The other question that got asked was, what was it? Oh god, what was it? He got asked, with Final Fantasy 15, how much control do you have as a director? And Tabata's answer was more or less, I got full control, bitch. Full control, 100%. And he said that's how it is with most of the Final Fantasy titles, that the director pretty much has unlimited control. And that was interesting. So, and that kind of makes sense with what he then went on to say. So this is clue number 1. Tabata has as much control as he likes to add whatever he wants, whatever he loves and his personal preferences to the series. And this all started connecting in my head. So, and then the other question the guy asked, he said, if you could remake any Final Fantasy after 7, what would it be? And the guy then added at the end of that, please say FF8. And me, I'm sat here like, yes, Final Fantasy 8, yes. Please redo Final Fantasy 8. I was so hopeful that Tabata at that point would turn around and say, hi. Hi. But no, he didn't. He flipped it. He completely, confidently went straight to Final Fantasy 1. God damn, I'm going to disconnect my phone from my YouTube account. It's happening. Please be excited. He said Final Fantasy 1, no hesitation. I would want to redo Final Fantasy 1. And he then elaborated on it because he's talked about FF1 in the past, how he loves it. He then said he would make it its own title, so it wouldn't be FF1 Remake. It would be its own main title, Final Fantasy, and he would do it in a way where he would treat it as if, what would happen if we were making Final Fantasy today? If Final Fantasy was only starting today, in today's with today's technology, in today's gaming climate, what would Final Fantasy, the first game, have looked like if it was being remade today? And that's his vision. That's what he most wants to do. Now, for a lot of you guys, you might just dismiss this as, oh, you know, that's what Tabata wants. Okay, who gives a shit? Boo diddly hoo. I take it a lot more serious than that. Tabata has really climbed the ranks of sort of Square Enix's sort of most acclaimed directors at the moment. If FF15, if he pulls it off, if FF15 is a great hit, they're gonna bring Tabata on board for other. I think he could be the director for our FF16, possibly our FF17. It's really possible. Don't underestimate this. And if Tabata has it in his mind that he most wants to do a remake of FF1, oh googly moogly, oh good gilly googie googagay, we could have Final Fantasy 1 being remade and coming back. Now, I can't get too hype about that as much as I would like to, because I haven't played Final Fantasy 1. I know, I haven't played the mothership game. I don't think if I'd even deserve the title of Final Fantasy Peasant. I don't think I deserve a Final Fantasy channel. I ain't played Final Fantasy 1, the mothership game. What kind of scum am I? I ain't played 1, I ain't played 2, I ain't played 3. Even though I've been with the franchise for a long time. But I want to play them. I really do. But before I get onto that, this makes sense. Tabata loving FF1 this much makes so much sense because we're seeing it in FF15. Like I said, I haven't played it, but I know enough of FF1, I've seen enough gameplay, I've watched enough videos of it to link things to FF15 and spot them. So some of the ones I spotted was Chapter 0, the Ifrit boss. You know, it was modelled on Chaos from FF1. So Ifrit was sat on the throne of Chaos. I'm so sorry about that, guys. That does your ears in, I know. I might try to clip those things out. Tabata, that's got to be him. He's brought that on board. He's brought this FF1 reference here. The other one we've seen, you know it, guys, the Four Fiends. I am 153.675% confident at this point the Four Fiends are being used. I found so many links, so many references. I'm doing my video on Chaos. In those videos, I've spoken about FF1 multiple times, and it's just so crazy that I'm talking about the Four Fiends. I'm talking about the crystal being a crystal of darkness, another FF1. The crystals in FF1 were crystals of darkness. Then you've got the Ifrit Chaos Throne thing. I'm talking about all these FF1 things from my tenuous knowledge of it, and then Tabata comes out with this interview and says, I love the pants of FF1 and I have free control to do whatever I want and add whatever I want. So it really makes sense as to why we're seeing FF1 in FF15. I think it's very, very real possibility we could be seeing FF1 getting remade. Don't underestimate it, don't doubt it. And this is just chaos. This is a prelude, this is another little warm-up, another little tee-up. There's about 15 tee-ups to my Chaos Theory videos, so go over, check those out. But for anyone who has played FF1, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about FF1 possibly being one of our upcoming main titles. Wow. I mean, there would be a lot of changes. I mean, he even kind of admitted in this interview, but I don't know. I have to play it. Full Fantasy Peasant, my other channel where I'm doing my playthroughs, that is now up. I'm going to be posting a video on that real soon. So if you want to go over, subscribe to that, be my guest. I'll post it on that soon. That's going to be where my World of Final Fantasy... That's going to be where my World of Final Fantasy playthrough videos are. My Final Fantasy 15 playthroughs, my 8 playthroughs, my 13 Trilogy playthroughs. But I'm also thinking now, shall I do a Final Fantasy Peasant Retro Month or Full Fantasy Peasant Retro Month where we play the oldest games, 1, 2, 3. I want to play them. The retro games can be quite tedious to get through, but I think with the peasants we'll have a blast. I can structure it, we can have a laugh, peasants can get on board, we can go through the retro games together, spice them up, make them really enjoyable to play through, make them really enjoyable to watch. And for anyone who hasn't played them, let me know how many peasants out there love the pants of Final Fantasy but you ain't played 1, 2 or 3. Let me know in the comment section below. Subscribe, like, comment, all that traditional YouTube shit. And until the next video, guys. Kupo!